Okay, we'll call a meeting to order. We've got full attendance. Get started with minutes from May 13th to the
I have one
questions.
comment.
Yeah. Okay. We'll adjust that. Did you hear that, Justin?
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
Teresa was not at the last meeting, so the minutes need to be amended.
My apologies. I was having difficulties at that meeting, hearing the first and the seconds, so I apologize.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll
Any
adjust
other
those. Everything will
questions,
be-
comments or changes? Otherwise, can I get a motion to approve the minutes of May 13th?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Seconded.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. So approved. Next are, sorry.
I'll second.
Okay, next are the expenditures for this period, totals of 23,96.99. Nothing unusual.
No, Sean Bond.
They did not submit. I think that'll probably be in the next meeting.
We approved one last time, 3 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago.
Okay,
We did, yeah.
so will the next one be like 6 to 8 weeks for the?
No, well, I don't know exactly. It'll probably just be for the month of May,
Okay.
and then they'll hopefully get something back up.
Okay.
Should be one per month maybe.
If no question, can I get a monthly expenditures?
Motion to approve expenditure report for 16/24. Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we got 3 resolutions to go over. The first is to approve legal counsel to negotiate agreement with the audit firm. The work for this year, the overall cost for the auditor, et cetera, exceed 12,500.
Same as last year.
Yeah, can I get a motion?
Here.
Say aye.
Aye.
You, next. Let's do the expenditure to approve the ordering of the pipe to fix the sewer. This is just to authorize the purchase of the replacement pipe, 65.
Standard 7,500 feet is the right one.
It should be 600.
That's
it, right,
oh, yeah, but it's, yeah, it's, so we'll order.
Yeah, it's. It is good.
Motion to approve purchase of replacement sewer pipe from the sewer repair work. This, okay. Good.
Sorry? Did you need
Yeah,
that second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great, and then lastly, we got Woodward related to the skate park work that they're gonna do.
And Dan, I don't know if you're planning to do this, do you mind? Like timeline it out to me. So we do that, and then we move on, like, what's hard to do.
Yeah, so from, and we're still ironing out a couple of kinks, with the AA contract, but essentially, once we sign that contract with Woodard and Curran, the design build team. It'll take approximately 3 to 4 months. For them to work through and advance from the concept that we received as part of the proposal. To get to an approved design, or design approved by village. At that point, there will be a design build amendment. Where we effectively lock in the guaranteed maximum price of the project. And they complete construction documents and construct at the same time. Right, and then that would be. Give or take, I mean, depending on when they start construction, we're probably looking at least a 9 to 12 month, project, so we get it all done.
And this amount gets applied to the.
So, correct, so whatever the guaranteed maximum price would be as part of the design build amendment, there would be a credit for. The upfront design fund expended,
So this resolution is just proof that
preliminary costs.
design costs for $360,000.
It's something equivalent to that, it's basically enough for them to have confidence in the quantities and details, to get into champion. There's still too much.
It's the maximum guaranteed.
So you're talking about a 3 to 4 month concept of design, so is it like? 2 weeks, they give us a design and comment and kind of like how should
We
that?
can work through like what the stakeholders are.
Yeah.
and each time they-
Yeah, yes,
It's gonna be-
yeah,
But it's likely gonna be, I would say, no less than 4 to 6 weeks before. They've done whatever survey and advanced it enough to where they have something that they could share.
Okay.
In terms of like a next step of the
Yeah.
plan. And then, yes, it would, probably present to the village board, see comments. Want to repeat that there's 2 cycles of that built in.
So ultimately, it's just the first time, I'd be sometime for July for mid-July.
That I'm thinking closer to August before, sometime in August would be the first time that they would be
okay,
able to get it done.
so this is 12 to 16 weeks and each. They're gonna take 4 to 6 weeks each time to.
No, it should be less for the second.
Second time,
I mean,
okay.
there's more time needed up front to, because they probably have to do a survey. There's much more groundwork for them to. Build themselves up to a point in it. Right now, all they have is one graph. So they're gonna have to really develop that, and then between that iteration and the final iteration. It's cosmetic changes, it's,
Okay.
oh, we want to shift this or add this or deduct that.
Okay,
So between the second and, it should only maybe be a month, and a lot of that's gonna be dependent on how long it takes to get
so that,
buy-in from the
Yeah.
village, right?
so I'm just trying to, so we would have about 2 to 4 weeks to turn around. We want to do it.
I think if we could shoot for less, that'd be
Okay.
better, but it's again, it's
Run
something,
it back out.
well,
Project once the end as
Yeah.
well.
Okay,
we can get a more refined schedule as part of their initial, efforts to get it kind of up to speed
Okay.
and working,
okay, so we should be.
yeah.
Schedule meeting,
Yeah, we can try and get together like an initial draft out.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, especially with this.
yes, that is. It's the.
You'll be here.
Okay.
Okay, we good?
So does this mean like they're signed on, like I would be told other, the other groups?
Following this, I will post the formal results, and yeah, so this effectively constitutes a board project.
Motion to authorize the engagement to provide certain design services.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Very good, we're through the
exciting.
That is a big deal.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, that leads us to Dan's report and then to the board. Dan?
I do. I'll start with, just, with EFPR, we'll set up a time. Hopefully by the end of July or the end of June into July to, to have them start working on our audit. Because that's essentially, we'll need that to be, completed and approved. So that we can do CARES reporting by September, August timeframe. So that'll be being advanced over the next couple of months. Nope. We talked about the Woodard deterrent, the Restore New York grant, did go in on May 22nd. So now it's really a wait and see. We could hear something maybe in the next month or two, or might take till the end of the year. But Jenny will kind of stay on, for contacts at,
And that's up to how much can we get?
that we submitted, I think, for
450?
Yeah, 450,
Yeah.
yeah. And that would be 45,000 match, and a 405,000 grant, applied toward the demolition of 193 Beacon.
Well, that's a good one to get, so we got that.
And other than that, we, as the CFA season is arising, we'll be meeting with Jenny Nolan to, kind of put together the strategy as to, what grants have the best, or seem to have to match up the most closest with projects we're trying to advance, highest success rate. And then we'll come back, maybe in a couple of weeks, with what that strategy is going to be. As far as the meeting grants that Jenny's been working on.
And we're meeting tomorrow.
We'll meet tomorrow morning.
And Anthony joining us.
Yeah.
It's not.
We'll be meeting right here. Jump over to the phase 2 project. Some work that's been completed over the past couple of weeks. The Continental Street wall. They completed the first stem wall pour, and have already started stripping some of the forms. They will be doing the final pour on Thursday. And then stripping some more forms, I believe, Friday, so we'll be able to see what the public facing piece of the wall looks like.
Are they taking off the inside?
They poured it in 2 sections. So they stripped forms and they have to leave some forms because they
Yeah.
still have wall before, but it'll be, I'm interested to see what that
That's good.
that wall's gonna look like, and then once the concrete's had enough time to cure and all the forms have been stripped, they'll backfill. Grade out that area, and they still have to do some establishment and turf, but they'll be almost in the final condition, probably in the next 2 weeks or so.
Is that an engine fill area?
Meaning,
Back to
in the
yeah,
no, well, the backside of the wall is open.
it's wall.
That's the wall, yes, that's where the
Backfill.
future DPW material storage area would be.
Got
They've also been progressing drainage installations throughout the site, catch basins, manholes, piping, and there's turf that's been established. They hydroseeded a couple weeks back, and you can see that there's some nice green grass growing in some areas. And then they've been progressing some of the foundation prep. They're essentially ready to start building the wall once the pieces. The Clinton Street is that's a larger precast wall. And again, moving forward, majority of the work is going to be related to the Clinton Street extension wall. That's going to be a solid, at least 2 to 3 months of placing sections, backfilling, compacting to build up to the point where it'll support the roadway. And as such, there will be, they haven't come out with it yet, but we still have to get their delivery schedule to see how many trucks they're gonna be bringing in daily and where they're gonna be bringing them in. And that's something that I'll share with the building department. Just so we can minimize disruptions. Because that is, there's gonna be a lot of trucks to do that work. And that is effectively everything that I've got.
Okay, great, thanks, Dan. Any questions, Dan?
The, whether the grass, so they want some grass, can you? Check with Evan, I don't know if you heard them, but just so like. Make sure it's easy for his to mow and. So he knows what he's doing with the, no mow, like if no mow makes it easier, we should use that everywhere, if it's more challenging. Make sure it's, he knows where it is and it resets the resist. Like lawnmowers and get around stuff like that.
Right, yeah, it's, I mean, mostly where they've done the turf establishment has been. The existing slope kind of between Kendall Ave up above and a future DPW site.
Yeah.
There's a ditch there will be some fence, but the detail allows for enough, access to get in there with smaller equipment. And it's,
So that's a hillside.
and yeah, it's a little bit slow. Yeah, they really haven't done any establishment of turf in like the areas where. We're looking into maybe a wildflower or a no-mow.
Yeah,
It's, they haven't selected that makes sense.
Is there a handoff that like they need to be aware of, so they know that it's their responsibility?
It won't, until the project is complete, it's contract. I mean, that doesn't mean they're gonna be out there mowing it, but, they're responsible to make sure that grass is growing where there needs to be grass.
should it?
Well, if,
Like that's the kind of thing I think that you.
Yeah, I think you should. And early day.
It's like the drainage swale, we definitely
oh, you're the. Okay,
bioswale. Grass.
Good. You had another question?
Either. Did we ever hear back about? Where?
no, and we still haven't gotten anything from the state, correct, as far as the LWRP grant?
No.
Well, how will that work? What's the next milestone? Do you need to get the grant before you?
They give us an incentive package, right, that outlines here's the scope, here's the cost, it's due to X, Y, and Z. At the end of the day, it will reimburse you the $2.4 million. But they haven't come out with that yet, which is, I mean, it's been, normally we would have had this stuff, so. I can check with Jenny, or we'll discuss it with Jenny tomorrow. It's a reimbursable grant, but we fund, just like all the other projects, we fund yours. No, it's the total project is 3 million, the grant is 2.4. So it's a very large, the LWRP grant is one of the largest, in terms of what the grant money covers. That's what state.
And if you're asking, we should just make sure that you ask if there's any specific location information that's required, so the community gardens, if you're allowed to do it.
Right.
Right, I thought that was what you were asking.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we need to decide that. So if we have a grant for it, or if we want to put it in bond,
Mhm.
we can know that.
okay,
Battery. Alright.
Then they're gonna be raised as.
Yeah.
okay, thanks, Dan. Any old or new business anybody wants to bring up?
24, 2 weeks. We do,
Second and fourth Mondays, so the eighth, July would be the eighth, the second, 12th, the 6th.
So I will not be here on July 8th. June. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan, can you, when you get this list that you already have, you should just send out meeting requests for all states.
Oh, for the meeting dates?
Yeah, not just the years, send them all out.
Yeah, we.
It's easier to determine what our attendance is. Okay. If there's nothing else, I'd like to go into exec session, discuss some legal matters and, contract negotiations. Not expecting to take any action, so. With that, I'll ask for a, motion to go into exec session.
Motion will go into exec session.
The second,
I'll second.
great. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great, thanks.